Brothers and sisters, salute soldiers and soldierettes. And this is another edition of EBX Discussion. And I thank those that have been riding along, and also reachers and teachers that's out there doing their thing. And anybody that take the time to listen, I know you're doing all right, because if you're alive and breathing, guess what? We are back to conquer another day. And that's a beautiful thing, because remember, there are those bodies who laid to rest, but their spirit will live on. And I give honor to our ancestors, whose spirit is alive in the present as we speak. And we can always be positive on purpose, because what did I say a couple days ago in the clip? Negativity can cost you, but positivity is free. We can do it at will whenever we want to, just because we can. It's a beautiful thing where we can have that in our mindset and just be positive on purpose. It's a beautiful thing, you know. And I know it's a lot of things in our life that we have to do that come with being positivity, because it ain't like floating on no cloud. It's a choice, you know. And I thank those that have been riding along, and any of us that have had family that transition that we held dear. May they rest in peace and in power. And may all of our melanated families, may they prosper, and everything we touch turn to gold. And I'm here to tell you, brothers and sisters, I know it's a lot of things going on, but something you've heard me say, stay centered, you know, on the things that's important. And the most important thing of all, be an impact to that great divine, because that great divine has been an impact in all of our melanated lives. And I'll just do a little reflection, and you'll see the things that higher force, greater creator, most high, you know, the great divine, God, whatever we call it. If we're linked in to the righteous things, real things, to the pit of the bottom of the soul, we're all reaching that ultimate spirit, no matter what name we try to put on it. You know, it's not about labels. It's about that real, genuine spirit within at the end of the day. So that's why I say again, be an impact for that great divine, and start right where we are. I say this from time to time. Start right where we are. You know, can't focus on your own goals if you're looking at things that are on the outside of us. We make our plan, we set that goal, and we work toward that goal. You know, we don't think about the resources we don't have. We think about what we do have. You know, don't let that negative energy get in and take over. You know, again, when you get like this, when you're feeling some kind of discouragement, stop, center yourself, think of that great divine again. Remember the things that force has brought many of us through. So if you got through those things, guess what? You can get through what's before you. And when the time comes, you know, and I'm not saying that we have superpowers and we're invincible, but in our mind, we can be invincible, you know, that way, because when our mind's straight, when things do come, we can come up with a plan. We'll know how to deal with person, place, or thing. You know, always got to study that brain. That's most important. If I haven't learned anything on this walk, or if you haven't learned anything else from me, if you can, always focus on our psyche and our mind and our body. It's very, very important, because, you know, like I say, it doesn't matter whether you're trying to learn or you can't learn or you don't want to learn. Guess what, folks? Life is going to teach us. So again, I say start wherever we are. I don't care whether it's small, in the middle, big, and never look at another individual, whether it's brother or sister, at what they have, because this is another centering mechanism. Never forget what those, whether brother or sister, might have been through to get to where they are. That's another centering mechanism. Focus on the important things in our lives. We work on the inside and we work our way out, and be a great impact for that great divine. And down the road, that divine will be an impact in our lives. And a lot of us have lived this, and a lot of us are living this. It's a great, wonderful thing, but it's very important that we be connected to that inner spirit. It's got to be to the pit of the bottom, not middle, not halfway. It has to be all the way down to the bottom. And I'm telling this, I'm talking to oneself too. This is for me too. You know, things still come, even though we get to a state where our mind is stable. And this could be brother or sister, young or old. Still have to kind of be ready and be in anticipation mode. Anticipation mode. Kind of fumbled that. Anticipation mode, you know, so you won't be caught off guard. And, you know, because, you know, a lot of scammers in the world, a lot of sharks, and some people living their lives through lust. And I see it all the time. And now, but when you get yourself in a certain space, in a certain state, and a certain maturity, certain things won't even, it won't even affect you anymore. You'll almost laugh at it. And especially with this social media. That's why we all should be always focused on being an impact for that great divine. And always think about the great things that it's kept us from and got us through. And I'm saying that to say, this social media, you know, a lot of you got scammers, maybe scammers for money. Then you have those that are lustful. And most of the time when I get on social media, when I get on, I hate to, it's usually Caucasian females. They're always trying to follow me. I mean, talking about the nasty ones that try to get you to go to the sites and the chat rooms and blah, 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 blah. You know, that's how I look at it. When I see entities like that on the internet, social media, it's like Charlie Brown to me. It's like womp 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 womp. I'm sorry. I'm so like, and it's a lot of brothers and sisters like this, but I'm connected to that higher force. You know, I'm not the most perfect being in the world, not the most perfect brother, but when you truly are seeking greatness within yourself, and you know, you get encouragement from others, and then you take that encouragement and you try to share it to those you are connected to, family, children, friends, you know, brothers and sisters. You know, when you're in that space and you have invested in it in a long time, it's really nothing an evil, toxic entity can do, really. Just like a little net trying to get in, you know, they'll never get in, you know. And it's unfortunate that we have to experience things like this. But those that are wasting their time, I'm not saying we can't have fun and enjoy the fun things on the internet, but the lustful things in the chat rooms and the dark talking in the shadows and in the messenger and skirt, you miss me with that shit. You know, not on that level. I'm on a higher vibration, you know, especially a lot of us have children, you know, we have responsibilities, and, you know, we can't be clogged down and taken away by somebody else's stupidity, basically. So, and, you know, I like I've said in the past, I blocked so many entities on this internet. And I'm talking about the toxic ones, the ones that's lustful. And I have to say, most of them are Caucasian females, a lot of them. And I block them at will, you know, because I am in a relationship, you know. And even if I wasn't, still, it would be the same thing, because we do things because it's the right thing to do, you know, not because it's because of someone or trying to get something or, you know, trying to manipulate somebody. We love and we cherish people, and we help one another, and we do it because it's the right thing to do, not to get anything, you know. So, and that's what keep us humble, and that's what keep us connected to that great divine. Like I say, be an impact for that great divine. And remember what it took us to get us where we are. I'll say that from time to time. And again, start right where you are. Stop looking on the outside. You know, think of the things that you have conquered. You know, like I say, I said on a podcast, we have to play out scenarios. You know, we don't sit back and say, oh, I wish I could. No, we don't wish nothing. There's no such thing as wish. Put that plan out there. You make that goal, and you work toward that goal. And that's whatever it is in our lives, because we all walk on different paths, you know. And, you know, all of us have been in the beginning of our self-awareness, so to speak. So, and it can be a battle for some of us. And for me, it was a battle. It was a battle. I had to go through a lot of, you know, some hardships and dealing with those inner issues that we carry around. It's not easy digging that stuff up within, but it must be done. And once we do it, we'll feel so much more better, and we'll be striving toward being perfect. That's why I say, it's, man, any way we can, you know, in our life. Because remember, karma, Remember, you never know what's going to come down the road. So focus on just being right, reach out to others if we can, manifest our gifts that we have, because the great divine doesn't give us gifts to keep it to ourselves, even though sometimes some of us can't express it. It's, we express our gifts in different ways. And again, whatever gift we have, it's all different gifts, especially my melanated brothers and sisters. We have different gifts. So I'm not like sizing it down to one thing. There's many things we can do. We can always contribute when it's when it's righteous. It doesn't matter what it is. We remember, we're being an impact for that great divine. So don't be so busy looking up, stay focused on, we look up to that great divine, but don't let a person, place, or thing become your God. You are the captain of your ship. We are the captain of our ship. That's my favorite thing to say. And once we can realize this, we will empower oneself, and we blend in with one another and not trying to compete and who's better. And because remember, no one's better. We're just different. There are always going to be different levels of teachers and brothers and sisters. That's just a given. That's a part of life. And we can't lose ourselves in that. We just jump in and we play our part, and we hold that position that great divine gives us. And again, what keeps us focused is what? Thinking of the great things that higher force has brought so many of us through and still taking us through. We all have little things that we have to deal with in our lives. But if we're riding and vibing on a high vibration, we'll come up with ways every time to deal with any challenge that come at a high vibrational brother or sister. Because I've experienced it in my life, and my family, people in my family have experienced it, And when you're open to learn, and you just, and it feels, you wake up wanting to know what you can do good that day. It's just, and you do this on the regular, it just, I think it helps. My opinion, I think it helps with our immune system almost. That's just my opinion. I'm not saying that's a fact. But just think of how you feel when you wake up in the morning and you're positive and you're thinking great things right off the bat. That's a good thing. And not a lot of us wake up like that. That's why I would say, be thankful that we're alive and breathing, even if, try our best to wake up with good energy. And I've said this on a podcast in the past. When we have power thoughts at night, righteous, positive power thoughts, it comes into our dreams, and then we wake up with good thoughts in the morning. Because remember, negative thoughts are going to come too. Sometimes it might come while we're sleeping, That's why it's good to keep a mindset and keep our subconscious in a good space, in as much positive space as we possibly can. Keep that inner clean as much as we can, because negative energy can be sneaky sometimes. So that's one ultimate reason why we stay on point with our self-awareness and we stay connected and be a powerful, powerful impact for our great divine, because our great divine has been an impact in so many of our lives and still is to this day. And when you're vibing high, you can see this, know this, and then you'll begin to feel it within our spirit. And a lot of us experience it, have experienced it every day and have experienced it. A lot of us, we done had so many wild moments from that great divine. We're used to it. Being right is not even, we don't have to work for it. It's a part of our nature. When it becomes second nature, you are definitely being an impact for that great divine, because you have learned to start right where you are. I've said this, we start teaching within our families, and then what? We work our way out. Everybody we come across, we be an example, we be a teacher. I don't care if it's one word. I don't care if it's giving a homeless person some money. And I know everybody has their different opinions on giving homeless people money. I've done it multiple times. I used to be homeless, so I know what it's like. So that's why when I see a homeless person, I give them money, and it don't really matter what race they are. I give them money, and I don't worry about what they're going to do with the money. I've done my part. And that's being an impact to that great divine. We don't do things to get something out of it. We do it for that higher force, and we'll get that reward. Sometimes we'll get it right away, or it might take a while. Because remember, it's on divine time, not our time or man time. So that's why we do right things in life. That's why we try our best to be an impact for that great divine. Because that positive force loves when we do right just because it's the right thing to do, not to get nothing. And it's a wonderful feeling. It's a reward within itself. You know, even if, sometimes in life, and we all had those moments where, I won't say lonely moments, but where it feel like no one listening. People are listening. We have to remember the great divine is listening, and things that you put out there, they will come back eventually. But you just have to be patient, and sometimes in our life, sometimes that greater divine doesn't give us things for a reason. Wants us to wait for a reason. Sometimes we have to learn certain things before we get to where we think we want, because a lot of times that great divine gives us what we need and not what we want. Because sometimes we think we want something until we get it, and then we be like, uh-oh, so that's why we have to take our time and let things happen naturally. And it's better that way when we finally do get to that goal. So don't give up, brothers and sisters. Keep on, keep meditating, keep staying loving. Don't get discouraged. Remember the things that higher force has brought you through and is bringing you through. Think of the good things that our family has done. Don't always think about the negative, because like I said on a small clip, and I don't know if I said this already, but negative energy can cost, but positivity is free. Just remember that. I might have said that already, but I wanted to reiterate it. Positive energy, you can just be positive on purpose, and just work for the common good of the culture and our brothers and sisters. It's any way we can. If we're righteous in the heart and we mean well, it doesn't matter small or big, long as we're contributing and we mean well. Always add to that culture. It's something I heard from a great brother. That just stuck with me. As many things I've heard from brothers and sisters, even my family. My mom, my dad, my uncle I talk to sometimes. I've gotten little things from just about everyone in my family, because we have to appreciate those in our families, and I'm just speaking for oneself, because none of us are perfect. None of us are, so just be grateful that we are alive. Those that are vibing high, be thankful for the real brothers and sisters out here within our families and outside our families. Be thankful for those in our families that are alive. Then think of those families that are going through turmoil right now and has lost loved ones. And that's what keeps me centered. That's why I always say at the beginning of all my podcasts that there are always those bodies that laid to rest, because it's people that's living in turmoil right now. Not everybody having a great life. So excuse me. So things like that is what will keep us centered and keep us on a straight and narrow and keep us focused. And always and forever, if you feel any discouragement, or you think you might have a storm coming, stop, meditate, think, and slow oneself down. Don't jump off any impulses. Think of that great divine. Think of what that higher force has done in your life, my life, all of our lives. If we can get through the things that we thought were impossible back then, we can get through anything right now. And if we are being an impact to that great divine will drop a spirit in us, will download us a plan what to do. Remember, just make that plan, set that goal. Don't think about the resources you don't have, what you do, what you don't. Don't think of none of that. Just put it in play and work toward that goal. And remember, the great divine is watching. It don't want us to think about where we are. We just do. We just put it out there, and it shall come. Remember, it might not come right away. So sometimes that great divine is teaching us patience and teaching us to observe and study, so we can get the things we need, and then the wants will come. You'll hear me say that from time to time. So again, I say, brothers and sisters, the best way we can. You know, do the right things because, do good things because it's the right thing to do, not to get something. Be a good brother and sister because it's just the right thing to do. Nothing even real deep. Just do the right thing. And I assure you, it's a guarantee that good things will always come. So, and that's why we be a powerful, powerful impact for that great, great divine. So that's my thought. And I'm always going to encourage those to study oneself and those we are connected to, with children, significant other, brothers and sisters, friends. We try to be a positive impact on everybody we possibly can. I know even it seems like some individuals don't listen, whether it's brother or sister, young or old. Do it anyway. Be that powerful example. And then that great divine will be an impact in our lives, just like it always has been. So that's my thought. And I thank my soldiers and soldierettes for coming into another edition of EBX Discussion. I will always appreciate those who listen to me speak and have listened to me speak. And if you react or don't react, it's okay. Our great divine will love you anyway, because we're all reaching a common cause, and that's just to live a great life and help our loved ones live a great life. So I thank you if you took the time out of your day to listen to a brother, and salute to the reachers and teachers that's doing their thing. May you have a prosperous, great life. And I honor your family, and I honor my family. Salute. And I honor my children, their mothers, brothers and sisters all over the world. May you please have the ultimate peace in your part of the world, wherever you are right now. One, salute.